What is up, guys? My name is Nash and welcome back to another video. And it's been a while since I uploaded a video, but today I want to talk about dividend stocks that you need to look out for. And during times like these when the stock market is plummeting, really the only way you can really consistently make money in the market is going to be, this is one of the ways. It's going to be investing in dividend stocks that are going to pay you dividends. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you're investing in companies that aren't going to cut their dividends because they're going through hard times. And it could be difficult to really identify these companies that don't cut their dividends because you do have to remember that dividends aren't guaranteed. They can be cut anytime, they can be reduced anytime. And the only solution to this is by looking at a company's history on how long they have increased their dividends over the years consecutively. And you can base it on that alone, or you can also look at the fundamentals of the company. You can look at how much debt they have and how much are they actually paying, what's the PE ratio. This shows you if their dividend payments to investors are actually sustainable. If they're paying like 90% of their profits to investors as dividends, you can tell that this company's dividend payments might not be sustainable for the next 5-10 years. So you want to make sure that you're looking into companies that have a strong record of paying dividends. So what I want to do in this video is that I want to go over 5 different companies that have been paying dividends for a while. So when it comes to identifying how long a company has been paying dividends, you have dividend aristocrats and you have dividend kings, right? So let's start with dividend aristocrats. Dividend aristocrats are going to be companies that have consecutively increased their dividends every year for 25 years plus, right? So if a company increases their dividend every year for 25 years, they get to be put in this list, right? And right above dividend aristocrats, you have dividend kings. So these are going to be companies that have been paying dividends for 50 plus years, right? So, if you really think about this, if a company has been increasing their dividends every year for 50 years, and you can look back in history, they've gone through several financial crises and they've been they kept paying these dividends. They didn't cut dividends because they were going through hard times. So in this video, I'm going to be going over some dividend aristocrats, and I believe there's one dividend king in there. And so these are really valuable companies that you should be looking at. You could add them to your watch list. And also they're going to be on Robinhood if you trade using Robinhood, which is what I use personally. And if you want to get started with Robinhood, I have my link in the description below. That's my affiliate link. So when you sign up, you get a free stock, and I also get a free stock. So make sure to go ahead and sign up for Robinhood if you haven't already. And on the top of the list, we have 2 companies from the energy sector. So the first one is going to be Exxon. So Exxon, which has a ticker symbol of XOM. So Exxon is a dividend aristocrat. It's been paying dividends for the past 37 years. So yeah, that is a long time to be paying dividends, and they're still paying dividends right now. And the second one that's in the energy sector is going to be Chevron, which has a ticker symbol of CVX. And it's been paying dividends for over 34 years. So these are kind of like around the same time frame. So 34 years and 37 years. So these are really great companies if you're interested in the energy sector. These are, some of the top dividend paying companies that have been paying dividends for over, the past couple of decades. And the next one is going to be in the industrials, which is a company that's actually making a lot of masks right now and a lot of medical equipment. The company is going to be 3M. Ticker symbol, I think is 3M, so MMM. And it's been paying dividends for 61 years. So this is a dividend king. It's amazing to look at this time frame that these companies have been paying dividends for 61 years, and they've been increasing the dividend every year for 61 years. So that's insane to just really think about. And so this is a really good industrial company, and I believe it's one of the companies right now that are making medical equipment that's really needed because of the virus that's going on. And the next one is going to be in the healthcare field, which is going to be AbbVie. So I know a lot of people know about AbbVie. The ticker symbol is ABBV. And AbbVie is one of those companies that everybody knows about who is interested in the healthcare stocks because they pay an unusually high dividend yield. And they've been doing this for 47 years. So they've been increasing this for 47 years. So I think that is a good track record. They're about to be a dividend king. Right now, they're a dividend aristocrat since they haven't reached 50 years of increasing their dividends. The last one is going to be in the technology sector, which is going to be AT&T. This is one of my favorite companies. I don't know if you've seen my portfolio. You see that I have AT&T on there. And I mean, AT&T, the ticker symbol is going to be T. And they've been paying dividends for 35 years. So I think this is great for, for a company like AT&T because they've gone through so much. I mean, they did have, there was this time when everyone was bailing from cable, and part of AT&T's business is the cable business, and everyone was going to streaming services. So having to go through that, and they weren't making as much money from that business segment, but having to go through that and still be able to increase your dividend every year, I think it's amazing. So these are the 5 companies that I have that you might want to add them on your watch list. I think dividends are great. Even if your stock loses 20%, I mean, if you have a company that's gonna keep paying you dividends, they're not gonna stop paying you dividends because the stock price went down. So it kind of like gives you stable income. You could describe it as that, but it's not gonna be a lot of money. It just depends on how many shares you have. What's the dividend yield. Which is stuff that we can get into in a different video. But that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. And I'll see you on the next one.